And now we bring you updates from the Federal Capital Territory Administration. The Federal Capital Territory Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, on Monday took its dry season sensitization campaign to the streets of Abaji, the headquarters of Abaji Area Council and the FCT. The Director for Forecasting, Response and Mitigation of FEMA, Florence Wenegieme, who held the campaign, said the goal was to ensure zero loss of lives and properties during the dry season and other related disaster, and also how to prevent them. The campaign will cover the 6 area councils in the territory.
The FCT Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has charged local emergency management councils, LEMC, on management, mitigation and provision of relief materials during disasters at the grassroots. The Acting Director General of FEMA, Mr. Mohammed Ibrahim Sabo, gave the charge during the dry season campaign at Abaji Area Council. Mohammed Sabo said the LEMC is the coordinating body as far as Abaji is concerned. He said, "You understand the culture of your people and their language." He expressed the hope that the council would support the LEMC when it is constituted. The acting director informed that the UN predicts that by 2030, the world will experience no fewer than 560 different disasters, which may push 1.7 million people into poverty. But this, he said, could be nipped in the bud if individuals take responsibility for their environment, noting that dry winds can ignite fires that could spread to markets, houses and farmlands. Sabo appealed to residents of Abaji to shun indiscriminate bush burning. He also cautioned against storage of petroleum products in cars and homes and harped on the need to switch off electrical appliances when not in use.
Actually, as you may be aware, FCT Emergency Management Agency is the body that is saddled with the management of disaster in FCT. We engage in mitigating response and relief and rehabilitation of victims of disaster in the FCT entirely. We have NEMA, which is the mother body nationally. That's the National Emergency Management Agency at the federal level, while at the state level, we have the State Emergency Management Agency. At the same time, at the area council level, we have the local emergency management committees, which are the responders at the area council level. And what I would like you to know is that the United Nations climate prediction state that by the year 2030, the world will experience not less than 560 different types of disasters, and which may push roughly about 100.7 million people into poverty. Before we used to see issue of disasters on the television in other countries, but we are all aware now that we are experiencing all these disasters and hazards in Nigeria. We have not been experiencing major floods here in Nigeria, bomb explosion. We have landslides. These are all forms of disasters we now experience in Nigeria. So definitely we have to take proactive measures towards mitigating these disasters and be able to respond appropriately when we have situations of disaster or hazard, as the case may be. And these disasters in most cases affect the vulnerable and the marginalized within the society. And this further exacerbates the poverty that is prevailing within the society. And you all believe with me that most of those that are marginalized are living within the rural communities. So we have to make sure that we reduce the inequality that is existing between the citizens within the FCT level. To the main topic, or reason why we are here, we are talking about dry season disasters. During dry season, we experience various forms of disasters. Before I even go into that, I will say that I'm very happy as we have come today. We met all the security chiefs of Abaji Area Council. And to be frank, we cannot fully function, we will not be able to discharge our responsibility without the assistance of security apparatus.
Sensitizing residents, the Director Forecasting Response and Mitigation FRM, Mrs. Florence Wenegieme, said incessant fire outbreaks were major challenges in the FCT during the dry season. According to her, the campaign was to prevent avoidable disaster by creating awareness. Our message, she said, is not new. We are saying stop bush burning. Do not sell petroleum products under high-tension wire. Mrs. Wenegieme, who appealed to the councillors and traditional rulers to carry the message to their different wards and communities, also urged them to make use of town criers.
This is dry season, yes. We have to make sure we carry the message back to members of our communities, different wards, which are well represented here, because it was expected that we have members of different wards represented here, the traditional rulers, we can see them. We have people from different communities, religious community, the traditional rulers that are well represented here, the councillors representing different wards, to take back this message. And that was why we sent the letter, and on the letter we insisted that we should have all members being well represented, so that they will take the message back to their communities and at the same time make use of the town criers. During the dry season, the most common disaster we usually have is the fire outbreak.
In a response, the chairman of the council, Abdullahi Umar Abubakar, assured that LEMC would be immediately constituted in view of its importance to saving lives and property during disasters. Represented by the Secretary of Council, Mr. Agabi Abaji Agumugu, the chairman said Abaji had adequate volunteers and would make use of them.
I think this is one of the most important agencies to prevent what is happening today in our society. We want to assure you that there are so many volunteers. Unfortunately, the issue of continuing from where my friend stopped, may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
That is why we said there will be no inauguration of me, but continue from where my friend stopped. And we want to give you assurance that these volunteers are so many, and we will make use of them. Before you know it, the chairman is ever ready to listen to all these issues of security. And that is why we are having our royal representatives and our men from the uniform. There are so many, and there is no doubt they have been working so hard to make sure that Abaji is safe and peaceful. With what you have said, and my DG, thank you that I'm meeting you again, and then you are meeting me in my village. I will make you a special person in this area.
Thank you.
The chairman, sir, we have no doubt that we have been challenged, and this challenge we will get to it, and we will succeed. I'm going to be one of them.
Thank you very
Because
much.
I'm a retired soldier, and I know how to fight back. So it is a war that we are going to declare. And when we declare war, we make sure that we win. The principle there is kill or be killed. and we are going to kill that which is killing us. There is no doubt
The
about it.
military talk, in the military way.
So we will sit up and we will work.
Thank you, sir.
And with the assurances of assistance from our chairman and the government, there's no doubt we will do everything possible.
The LEMC is expected to comprise the Area Council Chairman, his vice, the National Orientation Agency, members of security agencies, fire service, medical personnel, volunteers, and vanguards.
Do you know that strong and dry winds during the harmattan season can cause wildfires? Please be cautious. Discharge petroleum products only when the temperature is cool. Do not store petroleum products in cars or within the home. Equip homes, offices, and business places with fire extinguisher. Switch off electrical appliances when not in use. Drive with caution during hazy weather conditions, and please heed flight advisories. The harmattan haze comes with heavy dust. Please wear a nose mask when outdoors and stay hydrated. Avoid indiscriminate bush burning. For all emergencies, call 112 emergency toll-free number or +234 818 888 8766. FEMA, reducing disaster for a safe and happy FCT.